I'd like to thank my good friend, Chairman Duncan, for convening this joint hearing with me today on China's presence and influence in Latin America and the Caribbean, what I believe to be an understudied yet strategically important trend. I'm glad we have a distinguished panel here today to help shed light on this very important issue. We're here today to examine the extent of Chinese political, economic, and military influence in the region, as well as how that may affect U.S. strategic interests. China's bilateral trade with this hemisphere grew from $15 billion in 2001 to $288.9 billion in 2013. These numbers are staggering and indicative of China's dedication to bolstering its presence in the region. This January, China pledged to invest $250 billion in Latin America over the next 10 years, serving China's strategic interests of securing access to energy, agriculture, and consumer markets, and serving developing Latin American countries' needs for infrastructure development and technological innovation. While China's presence in Latin America and the Caribbean has been largely limited to trade and investment, there is a movement towards greater military relationships. Nuclear cooperation, shared space assets, and arms sales not only provide China with economic and military leverage in the region, but also may expand China's ability to mitigate one of our major advantages, our relative geographic isolation. China will continue to allege that it has no foreign bases, meaning that their military posture is inherently defensive. But China's non-explicitly military partnerships with countries in strategic geographic locations like Brazil to share space and satellite assets for Earth observation may raise some eyebrows. No foreign bases do not mean no foreign presence, and we should be wary of any potential military implications of Chinese presence in our neighborhood. In lending billions of dollars to service legitimate needs in developing countries in the Western Hemisphere, China has secured not only lucrative contracts, but also diplomatic support. In the 70s and the 80s, China made similar inroads in economic assistance to Africa, propelled by the mutual benefit of resources for China and development of African nations. Today, Chinese infrastructure has expanded throughout the continent, and its presence there dominates. China's involvement in Africa has also marked many African nations turn away from formally recognizing Taiwan. In the Western Hemisphere, we currently have 12 states out of 22 total that have formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan, including Nicaragua, Paraguay, and Haiti. Consider China's political benefits from stronger relations with Latin America and the Caribbean countries and what that would mean for the recognition of Taiwan. I'm wary of whether China leverages its economic and political sway to further isolate Taiwan. China's growing economic, trade, military, and diplomatic relationships with countries in Latin America and the Caribbean certainly have implications for U.S. foreign engagement in the region. We welcome China's presence in the region and hope that they will yield mutual benefit for all countries involved. However, we hope this does not come at the expense of the rule of law and good governance and further entrenching inequality, corruption, illicit commerce, and violence. As the United States continues to look eastward toward Asia, a vital part of our strategic economic future, we must not forget the relationship with our closest neighbors. I look forward to the hearing today about China's strategy within the Western Hemisphere and how we can more effectively manage our presence and our strategy and balance our relationship with our region, our neighbors in the region, and China. Thanks a lot, and I yield back my time.